So moving on to our final shots for this week, we're going to take it out of Texas Tech here. We're going to go to real world sports where we used to go to alternate helmet rankings. We got our official alternate helmet rankings. So we pulled a few people, combined the rankings to come up with the official Tailgate Talks alternate helmets for the NFL this season. So there was 13 alternate helmets that we ranked. And so we'll start off at the bottom. And Dustin, after I give these, we'll say who we had in each position. Yeah. Sound good? You have your rankings up?
I got them pulled up.
All right, cool.
Tap rate.
So coming in last place, the 13th alternate helmet, the Washington Commanders. Nice. Dustin, I had them as my 12th place. I think you had them as your 12th place. And so they ultimately come in last because of we accidentally let a Bears fan in here that fucked this shit up.
Well, I put them really low too at 12. I mean, just because you just made new uniforms. You can't just make a alternative / throwback.
It's just a black helmet.
Give it another year or two before you jump on board with this. Like, calm down.
Yeah, it's just a black helmet that has a little W on it. Nothing special, but to me, the last place one was the Chicago Bears. It was the Chicago Bears. So pretty much everybody who did this was the Chicago Bears, except for a Chicago native Jillian, who swayed this thing and made them the 12th place team on our alternate helmet rankings. We talked about this helmet a little bit last week, that god-awful orange. Jillian, you should be ashamed of yourself for putting them so high. I think you completely swayed this. So Chicago at 12. We both had them at last. 11th place comes the Arizona Cardinals. Dustin, where did you have the Cardinals?
I had them at 9.
I had them at 10.
And I like if you actually watch their video of it, it's not just a black helmet. They have kind of some red, I don't know, shards or sparkles in there. It's a really cool helmet close up.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I always liked when they wore the black jerseys, so the black helmet was pretty solid, I thought, so I put it up a little higher.
Okay, so our 10th place helmet, New York Giants. Dustin, where'd you have the Giants at?
The Giants at 8. I mean, they're going real throwback to the 80s type Giants with the big spelled out Giants on the side. I mean, I heard a guy, some comments are on Twitter that were like, hey, we're going to look really slow in these helmets, but we should tackle a lot better.
Yeah, them as 11 just because this is the most basic of the throwbacks. It's, it really isn't much different from their regular helmet. Instead of NY, it's just Giants. So there's nothing real creative about it to me. 9th place, the Dallas Cowboys. Dustin, where did you have the Cowboys?
The Cowboys at 7, right in the middle there.
I had them at 6.
Yeah, I put them a little higher. I mean, they weren't blowing you out of the water like these top teams were. But these are a really classic uniform they've worn on Thanksgiving quite often with the white helmet. I know it's not a huge drastic change, but I mean, that's kind of the simplicity of it, Keeping the star, just going from silver to white. It should look really, really clean.
Yeah, and I know I just talked about the simplicity of the Giants, but I mean, they really kept the same color. If you threw in a different color to me, the Giants helmet rises up a few tiers. That's kind of why I had the Dallas Cowboys ranked a little bit higher. I love their classic helmet, but you throw that white one in there a couple times, it's a pretty nice look. Number 8, the New York Jets, the other team from New York. Dustin, where'd you have the Jets fall at?
10.
They were really. I had them at 8. I had them where they fell, so I got that one.
They were in the black helmet group. That kind of split up into 2 different, a little higher.
Yeah, side. This is about to be black helmet group heavy.
Side, the lower side on some of them, and I don't know. I just wasn't that impressed with them, flat out.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't. I liked them more than some of the other teams that threw black helmets in, but I liked some of the other teams that had black helmets a little bit more. So I was kind of neutral on them. So I thought 8's not a bad place for them. That's where I had them. 7, Philadelphia Eagles. I had the Eagles behind the Jets because I don't know. Eagles, they just slapped the black on just like the Jets did, but I like the Jets logo a little bit more than the Eagles. So, I mean, both of these were pretty even to me. I felt like.
I have the Eagles pretty low because of that too.
Another black helmet, the New Orleans Saints finished 6th place. I had them at 7.
I had them at 6. Way to go, everybody.
There you go. And this was I like the little difference they threw. It wasn't just black. They have a little kind of design in the middle of the helmet.
They spruced it up a little bit more than just going black with the same logo.
And we get to our 5th place team, which I also had 5th. That's the Carolina Panthers. And this makes sense because black is one of their dominant colors. Like when you look at the Eagles, black's not a dominant color. Jets, not a dominant color. Cardinals, it's like a alternate color. Yeah. But for the Panthers, it's one of their dominant colors. So to me, it's a pretty clean look. And so that's why I had to have it.
Yeah, I had them right at 5 also. And for them, like, that's one of their like outline type colors. But that blue, that powder blue or baby blue color pops so well on those blue or those black matte black helmets. Like that Panther looks pretty sick with that whole logo and helmet.
Yeah, for me is like the Saints and Panthers made sense for the black helmets because they do have black in their colors. Like the other team, they're just trying. It's like Iowa State trying to pretend that black's one of their main colors. And so I don't like that as much. So number 4, the Houston Texans on ours. They have the red alternate helmet this season. I had them as number 2 on my helmet list, Dustin. I really like this red look. It's clean.
It looks really good. And, I mean, it's like I'm looking at it right now, it's like a sparkly red. It looks really, really solid. I mean, it's one of their, like you just said, main colors. And so for them to use that and make it pop, like we said, like, a lot of teams just don't screw it up. Like, go either alternate or take one of your other colors and make it more dominant. And they crushed it with that helmet.
Number 3 team, a throwback, the Atlanta Falcons. And number 3, I had them at number 3. So they came in right where I had them.
Put them at number 2 because that old school, like long-eagled or long-winged falcon, like the Dirty Bird Falcon, and those helmets they're really classic and look really fresh, I think.
Yeah. I like the red of the helmet too. I think it's a good clean red. It's a good classic helmet. I really like it. Really pops. I think 3 is a good spot for it. Number 2 is the highest rated alternate, and that's the New England Patriots coming in at number 2. Dustin, I think you had them at
I had them at number 3. Okay. I mean, they've worn, obviously this is just a classic throwback, but the logo for this one is what makes it. I mean, the Patriot hiking the ball, it's just a hilarious but cool logo. And so for them to bring that back would be pretty awesome.
It also looks sick with the red jerseys. I just remember that like game they had in the snow where they destroyed the Titans and they were wearing that helmet. And it just looked, it's just it's a clean helmet. Number 1.
Easy.
I think 3 of us had them at number 1. It's the Cincinnati Bengals iced out helmets. It's pretty simple, just one color change, but man, it's a clean look.
I know we were kind of bitching that maybe that's not one of their colors, but give you this, there's white tigers out there. So
there is white tigers. They
didn't like change the whole game and just make up a new animal. There's white tigers out there. They're representing for them.
Exactly. But I just think that first game that they wear, the all iced out, they're going to look
cool ass Joe Burrow in that. And Jamar Chase.
Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. That's going to look beautiful in that jersey. So, yeah, that had to have that number 1. So, Bengals win. Catch y'all at the next tailgate.